Well, hi, Aries. Welcome to your June 2015 tarot reading. This is Raina here, and I think I've drawn some interesting cards for you. I devised my own meanings for each card, and the first card is supposed to represent the energy coming into the new month, in this case June. And so it would be late May energy in this case, and I drew the Eight of Pentacles for you. The second card represents the first half of the month, of the new month, and that's June, and I got the Seven of Cups reversed. The third card represents the last half of the month, and I got the Moon card for you. And the final card is just a general theme for the month, and for you I got the Chariot. Obviously this is a general reading. It's a mini reading. It's very short. If you want something that is more tailored to you personally, and also ties in your exact date and time of birth, please visit rainamoonastrology.webs.com for a list of my services. And so the first card, the Eight of Pentacles, is the energy at the end of May, if you are listening at the end of May. And the Eight of Pentacles is considered a work card, but it's a labor of love, as Anthony Lewis puts it in his great reference book, Tarot Plain and Simple. It's something that you are enjoying, and you may be learning a new trade, you may be switching over into a new field, you may just have a new job in general, you may be turning a hobby into a business. It may represent self-employment. For Aries, I think working for yourself is something that most of you would rather do. And this is particularly true for Aries, but also for the other cardinal signs. Another word for cardinal signs is executive signs. And as an executive, you're calling the shots. And that's what you want to do. You're not really good at taking orders. And I think that most of you, if you're honest, you'll agree with me. But in any case, it suggests that you may have realized this within yourself, and you've endeavored to start your own business, and you're working hard but enjoying every minute of it. But whatever it is that you're doing, there's a sense of purpose behind it. It's not feeling like your talents are wasted or anything like that. So it's a very positive card to go into the month of June. I find it interesting that the two cards that I picked for the month, the first half I picked the Seven of Cups reversed, and then the first half I picked the Seven of Cups reversed, and then for the second half I picked the Moon card upright, are cards that are really quite similar. The Moon being in the Major Arcana and the Seven of Cups being in the Minor Arcana. But when both are upright, they deal with confusion, sometimes having a hard time gaining clarity and things of that nature. But you have the Seven of Cups reversed, so that means that something is being lifted from you and making you able to see more clearly through a possible deception. And the only thing that I can think of is that this might relate somehow to your private life, that someone around you has been underhanded, and something will come to light, and it could be around the time of the full moon, which is at the very beginning of June on the 2nd, and you will be made aware of this. Just something that I'm throwing out there, I'm not sure. But in any case, I just want to say, Aries I think of sometimes as a very innocent, naive sign. You're the first sign of the zodiac, and you're just a very positive sign. And when people are very positive, they have a hard time attributing negative things to other people. And there are some people who are very much the opposite of that. They're very scheming, they're very malicious, and they are underhanded, and Aries is above board. Now, Aries isn't a saint. At least some Aries are not saints. They can have a very short fuse. They can be very domineering and impatient. But being underhanded is generally not something that they would do. And they're not good liars, and they don't even want to lie. I mean, that's the larger piece of that. They don't want to be dishonest. They value honesty. So I suspect that somebody is trying to pull the wool over your eyes, and now you might see this person for who she or he really is. And then with this moon card, as the second half of the month, it could be a relationship that is on again, off again, or should I say off again, on again, where somebody might have deceived you, but you take them back. It could also represent creative endeavors. It might relate to your mother, and that she will figure prominently during the second half of June. There are many interpretations of this. It might have nothing to do with that other card, because it's kind of funny how they seem to contradict one another. So sometimes when you're doing a reading, the temptation is to think that one card relates to the other card, and it might have nothing to do with it. I think that the last card, the Chariot, really kind of sums up what June will be like for you, and even the kind of advice to help you navigate potential emotional scenes, if that actually comes to pass, taking place during the month. And the Chariot is a card that deals with having a single-minded purpose, being in control, having a focus, having self-discipline. And I really think it's a nice bookend to the energy going into June of the Eight of Pentacles and this workhorse energy, because it seems to me that you can take refuge in your work. And even if your private life gets a little bit stormy, and there's no guarantee that it will, this is just me trying to make some sense of those cards, but it could be something else entirely. But it seems to suggest that you will triumph if you can keep your head, stay centered, and not allow anything to deter you from your purpose. Because the Chariot does not suggest that it will be easy sailing. It's almost like you have to triumph over obstacles. A red carpet will not just be laid before you. But one thing that I find true about Aries people is that they're fighters. Sometimes they literally gravitate towards boxing, but they do not give up. They are not the type to sit and ruminate on the past. They're very forward thinking, and I think in general it's safe to say that Aries people are, for the most part, psychologically healthy, because they're very open and honest and immediate. They're not, they don't have hidden motivations. They're childlike in that sense. And if there is some deception going on, I think it is because they want to see the best in other people. And, there are unscrupulous people in this world who don't understand that personal power has nothing to do with trying to get one over on another person and use manipulation and things of that nature. And they use any means necessary to get what they want, and they hurt people in the process. So the good news is that if you have been deceived, you will come to the realization, it will be made known to you this month, meaning June, and you will be able to gain clarity regarding the situation. And if you take the advice of the Chariot and you act like the warrior that Aries is, and you are full of your purpose, as the Eight of Pentacles suggests that you are, that you will do very well, both financially and emotionally, as we go into July. So Aries, I hope that something within my reading resonated with you, and I look forward to giving you a July forecast. Until then, take care.